Hello and welcome back to part 6 in Slices. I'm Sam.
I'm Jim. Final batch, baby.
We finally made it.
It's over.
Finally.
Everyone's already binged it. We're the only people that haven't seen the end of it yet.
We take our time. We
edge ourselves
We
the entire time, bringing
And-
ourselves to the proper climax.
Yes. So welcome back to our part 6 anime recap discussion podcast. Our final batch has finally came out, and first a shout out to a lot of people, like artists in the JoJo community, got like part of this. I know like Grand Gorilla.
Yeah, there were quite a few people I saw. I know Grand Gorilla was retweeting a lot of other people.
But yeah, congratulations to all the people who got a part of it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But
and it's really interesting to me that it was this batch. Like it was the third batch that has like everyone. So I wonder.
Yeah,
I wonder like what the reason for that is. I'm curious.
I still want to know if they like, had this done for a while, or they really took their time like with between each batches. Because like I don't know how the inner workings of it that have probably come out more so that once the anime is like done. But
I have so many questions about how this season or this part of JoJo is produced, like minus all like the internet, Twitter artists and everyone who got involved. Like, I'm just curious about David Productions' workflow because this is very different from a standard weekly anime release.
Yeah. But so we as in case you don't know, for some reason you're joining us now, we split these up by arc essentially, and we are going to start with Bohemian Rhapsody, which I honestly forget the order. First off, I do not like the Sons of Dio at all. I think they're all bad and dumb.
I kind of also agree. I'm not a big fan. Bohemian Rhapsody is for me like the worst. I was almost dreading watching that. I couldn't believe that the first episode of the new batch was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Ecstatic.
Bohemian Ecstatic, thank you.
Yes. And for people who are anime only, like Bohemian Rhapsody is more of a meme than it is like people enjoy it. It's more of a thing like haha reference like stuff. And there are some funny ones in here, but basically this is the most anticipated because we wanted to see what they could do because there's so many references in this arc that they probably cannot do.
And I have to say, ultimately pretty let down. The only like real like visual like sight gag reference that we got was the Astro Boy, Mazinger, and Getter Robo. And I think it was Getter Robo.
Yeah, and we had Kenshiro and Rao.
So they were mentioned. We don't actually see them.
They were mentioned as well on a news report in the manga.
Oh, we didn't see.
No, it's like a news report that like Kenshiro is fighting Rao in the middle of Tokyo, just like the source material kind of thing.
I know that. So we did actually see like Spider-Man's hand or something.
Yeah, you see Spider-Man's hand, but it's Batman. This one where like bullshit. Batman wouldn't be in the daytime like this.
It's true. It'd be embarrassing to see him in the daytime.
Yes. So yeah, we did Bohemian Rhapsody Part 1 and 2, but first things first, we got a new OP, Heaven's Falling Down.
Yes, we did. That was
Thank
actually...
God. If I saw, I love the Stone Ocean first OP song, but if I heard that beat again, I would have thrown my phone out the window.
Another reason why I'm curious about how things are produced, because clearly like this, so the first OP was made with the first batch in mind.
Yes.
This OP was made totally for this batch in
Yes.
mind. So the second one, I wonder if they're at one point in planning they did want to have a separate OP for it, but they like whatever
didn't have time or a
budgetary reasons, like they ended up just adding like that one little scene at the very end.
Or the other studio that they usually get them to just
Kamikaze Doga
couldn't for some reason, and that's why
they were too busy with Pop Team Epic.
Yes, I mean this is a good reason not to do it for a time, but yeah. Did you thumbs up, thumbs down?
You know, I really don't care about the song. This is one of my lower tier JoJo OPs.
I like the visual, but yeah, I'm not too big on the song, but they kind of have to do like a serious song, but still.
The visuals look amazing, I have to say. The way that the JoJo characters are translated into 3D looks amazing. I would say
always does.
It's like objectively better than the way that the actual anime looks.
Better than how like Lang Wrangler looked in CG in the show.
I wasn't even comparing the CG models in the show. I was just saying like it looks better than like how the show is animated like normally.
And it has like that pop, like they had the blue Jolene design, the color scheme,
and
it really pops in that 3D look to it. I'm like, God,
the colors were amazing in the OP, particularly like they just look great.
And I'm assuming because we're gonna eventually get, I guess, whatever the finale OP with the main enemy version of it.
He'll probably do. Yeah, Poochie will do something funny to it.
And I'm assuming when we get the heavy weather, it'll have the weather section of the OP, like have the clouds open up to have the backstory behind him, which hopefully they'll do.
Maybe. I've always had copium watching JoJo OPs of like thinking like, oh, they could change this in the OP, and then they rarely do.
Yeah.
It's normally like that final version.
And
in part 5 we had 2, right? We had like 2
OPs.
final versions.
Yes,
we had like
we had the King Crimson one, and we had the actual Requiem one, which is
Golden
cool.
Experience
Very
one.
cool way to do that.
That was really fun. I loved that one.
That one in like Great Days is also fucking awesome.
Yeah,
like,
that one's amazing. But I would like I know I've seen people say this like I would like Kamikaze Doga to just animate JoJo.
Dude,
like I understand that like when you
take 20 years to do part 7, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Like understand when you're doing an OP, you're gonna make it look better than like regular TV anime, but the models already just look so much better than the drawn versions, in my opinion. I feel like they read so much easier in like fights.
You gotta get the
They're not as static.
People have been having rumors right now that like David Productions might be done with JoJo for a while.
You know, I've heard that. I don't know what the source or validity is.
I don't know either.
But I've seen gossip about
It's been like that the entire time.
that they're done, or there was like, I think what I'd read was there was like potentially mistranslated or misinterpreted.
Wouldn't it be the first time?
Yeah, where I think it was like the head lead of JoJo at David Pro basically was alluding to the fact that the JoJo universe is over, but so this person was asserting that they really just meant that rather than that David Pro is done with JoJo. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I didn't read it.
The part 7 waiting room is going to be unbearable because not only do we have the hype for part 7, it's just what are they gonna do?
Yeah,
like, David Productions already have a lot going on right now with like Lum and like Fire Force and everything else they're probably doing.
They're like
they're doing like
they're a rapidly growing studio, as far as I know.
They're getting huge with like.
I know they took over like a lot of Shaft went to David Pro.
I think they do like a sports anime
Which is
too.
probably for the best. I really wanted to. Oh,
they do oh god they
IQ.
I had another thing in my head. I thought they did like a mech show or something, or
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
I'm so mad today. I had some free time before I had to like do shit, and I was like, oh, the new Urusei Yatsura show. I haven't seen that yet. So I go on my computer. No, I go on the TV. And then I'm like, all right, it said Disney Plus when I looked it up. It's not on Disney Plus. Oh, it's on fucking High Dive.
Everything that we want to watch is on High Dive.
I'm not gonna fucking buy High Dive to watch Urusei Yatsura. I'm sorry.
It's just Amazon's like anime catalog for the most part. Where everything that would have been on there got moved to there.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like their exclusives are on there, but
so annoying.
I know.
All right, that was just a tangent, but
I guess it gets out of the way too. Like the ED added like a new visuals to it, but it's still nothing like I don't know. I love the trend of like growing. Like part 4 had it. I think part 5 had it with like the growing ED of like adding more stuff to it.
Part 5's I love the way part 5 did it because every time I wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch the whole thing.
Monarch Crusaders is a great song,
and it's one of my favorite songs they've ever chosen.
Even I Want You for part 4, I love that song as well, and like seeing stuff like added to like little like to the backgrounds is always fun. I love that.
That one's not my favorite song, but yeah, that one's also fun. But yeah, so I don't know. There's been a lot of things about part 6 that have not been my favorite.
Well, yeah, part 6 never been
the adaptation.
My favorite part.
I mean specifically with the adaptation, but
true.
I also just going back to the whole part 7 thing. I hate to be like that guy, but I am so like uninterested in the JoJo anime compared to the manga. Like,
I think
if I could literally like erase the anime from existing, like so that I could get the JoJo manga now, I would do it. I would do it.
I think this batch especially has done that to a lot of people though, just being tired with like the anime or the drama with the anime, just tired of hearing about it.
It was also like the biggest death knell when you have a community that is like so built around this being like a
manga.
No, like the community, JoJo Fridays, the whole thing. Of, the community is so built around JoJo being like a long-term thing. Like
you don't
get around for what, like 6-7 months, 8 months, I guess.
You don't get those weekly memes. You don't get like discussion about a single episode where you have that ramp up where people are like, oh man, I can't believe it. Like seeing anime only's reactions to each episode separately, where like we woke up and like, everybody's already binge watched the entire final section. And it's like you don't get like that episode it's like we're going through Chainsaw Man, where we've obviously covered it all on here, and like you just seeing the weekly reaction to anime only. It's so fun to see Chainsaw Man Tuesday that we have
so
now.
Fun, and like Chainsaw Man's a great series for it because they're adapting so much.
Because we have Chainsaw Man Tuesday now completely. Where in JoJo we had JoJo Week, which was like the 19th of then we get a new chapter, and we had JoJo Friday. Sometimes they'd overlap, and it's always fun to see. Oh wow, how will people react to seeing Kenshiro being mentioned and having the narrator from Fist of the North Star? And you don't get them to batch. You just have people just talk about everything, where you can get easily spoiled everything from anime only.
So I have a dog, and she's a maniac, and she
Yes.
wakes me up at 6:30 every morning because she wants to go for a walk. And when I tell you that, so in where the time zone we live in, JoJo came out at 3 a.m.
Yes.
for us. So when I tell you that I literally opened my phone at 6:30 a.m. and saw scenes from the final episode of this batch, I'm like, it was so much, and I was just like, come on, guys. Like, I know that I follow a lot of people who are like manga JoJo people, so it's like, everything. No, technically you can't be spoiled, but like I saw shit. I was spoiled on shit. I won't mention it, but I'm mad. Like there were some great little reveals that would have been really nice if I hadn't, like things that aren't about like the direct adaptation of the source material, like things that are about like the OP, about the ED, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that are great surprises.
The
and then
anime only surprises that we want to watch this for.
Yeah, and then they've just been ruined. Like, imagine if you wake up and part 5 had been in batches, and you wake up the day that it comes out and people are like, oh my god, there's 2 special Diavolo endings. It's like, all right, great. Like, now I guess I'm looking forward to the OP changing twice. Like, I don't know. I wish people could just like keep their fucking dick in their pants a little longer.
They added Fugo to the ending. I'm like, oh great, that would have been a nice surprise. Like,
yeah, it's like it would have been really nice if I'd seen that with my own eyes.
I know.
And like also we for this we like wait and do it.
As we learn, JoJo fans cannot contain themselves 90% of the time.
It's true. It's like it's like I know we kind of do. I mean, we kind of do it with chapters when the new chapters come out, but to me it's different because.
The new chapters come out
when it comes out, it's like 20 pages.
It's 20 pages.
Out.
It's an event, and like if you aren't caught up, none of this will mean anything to you.
Yeah, and like presumably, if you're following the Part 8 podcast, the JoJo podcast I do on Twitter,
you are into it.
Yeah, like, you're gonna be.
We are a niche that like if you are following us and you are caught up to where we're at, like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like happens with Chainsaw Man too, where like. I always accidentally check Twitter before
Me too.
after the chapters drop, and I'm like, God damn it! But hey, I still get surprised from that. But yeah, that was just I guess that's just the venting of just how the inevitability of batches and how bad having a batch release is.
Yeah.
Like Netflix even does like for Uncle from Another World does weekly drops of the show. Like just do it that.
It's really strange because
you don't do JoJo Fridays, you'll still do it weekly. It's like
yeah, they were like. Netflix was so adamant about never doing this, and I remember because I studied abroad in 2014, and I had Netflix over there in Europe, so I was able to see that like Better Call Saul was a show that would drop a new episode every week, and I remember being like, why is Netflix not doing this with any other show?
Back when we didn't have a life or like jobs nearly with like a big focus, it was a lot easier to do a binge watch. But now we just like we only have to able to do it on like weekends, and like we just like to have the little slice, as you would say.
It's a fun way. Like I prefer to watch this with you because it's more fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna just be like the guy that binges it all at like 4 a.m. Like it's not fun. That's just like it's borderline like obsessive. But I mean, that's what JoJo fans are.
Yeah.
No shade, JoJo fans.
No shame. I mean, we were borderline obsessive with Part 8, so. Yeah. But that was just like new content, and that was just like stuff we weren't like JoJo stuff that we weren't ready for. But again, anime onlys are a different beast, I guess.
Yeah, and I also feel bad for the anime onlys who like go on Twitter and they see shit that like seeing like the final form of the bad guy.
Like, yeah, we've seen it with Chainsaw Man too, where there's anime onlys and just people like spoil Kobeni stuff, and like. We post on like what the current manga stuff is, but like there's no context to half of that shit in there. Like you don't know what's going on. Where people will just spoil like the car, or like I want people to be surprised when the whole International Assassin arc happens. Like I want people like that arc.
I want them to be as confused as I was when I read that arc
and be blown away by like some of the shit that happens in there. But hey, should we actually talk about
Yeah, let's talk about
Rhapsody?
Bohemian Ecstasy. What's it called? Bohemian Electricity?
Bohemian Ecstatic?
Bohemian Ecstatic.
Or whatever.
It should have been Bohemian Electricity.
There's a lot of names people could probably pick. But yeah, now we get it out of the way before we get to like the ending.
So we do begin with Jolene, right? We do see them. They like kind of bookends these episodes.
Oh yeah, we broke out already, and so we already have a typo in the subtitles where we have to seal away.
I actually had to rewind it because I was like,
usually I catch that shit for horrible subtitles, but you actually caught it.
Yeah, they misspelled steel as seal, and I was like, do they really? I mean, like, thank you Megumi Hunter or whatever her name is for providing the subtitles.
Translations.
Do you not actually have like a proofer? Is there not a fucking proofreader?
They could have translated, and somebody had to take the translation and put it into subtitles, maybe.
Yeah, and I just have to say, like, as someone that works with like copy a lot, like, having multiple people look at something, having multiple people proof it is so important.
It's like
so embarrassing when you're Netflix, you're a bajillion-dollar company, and you're posting like things with minor like subtitle errors,
like Pokemon game where like it should be tested by multiple people.
Yeah. It's frankly so embarrassing and unprofessional. Like,
but yeah. So yeah, we start out with everybody escape from prison. They're wanted, and Anasui and Weather also decide to just leave the prison, which they do easily. And yeah, we get Anasui notice we get the birthmark stuff with Weather that everybody else has, which is it's so funny how many moments in this that Jim's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Then that's one that's like vivid because I hate the fucking birthmark. Everyone has a birthmark.
Yeah, if you're related, you just had the birthmark now. It's passed down.
I don't like that. I understand like why it exists, but it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, bringing the birthmark back to being some kind of importance, I guess. But yeah, so we get Poochie going to. I forgot about Poochie going to the hospital.
It's funny because I forgot about his like weird sickness thing.
Yeah, he's not feeling well after merging.
He's got a tummy ache.
He got a tummy ache from merging with a baby.
With
a green baby.
Don't you hate it when you merge with a baby and get a tummy ache?
The baby of your gay lover.
Well, you see, Poochie, he used to be a piece of shit. He used to have the slick back hair.
He ate sloppy steaks in prison.
He used to be a piece of shit. Not anymore. He used to be a piece of shit.
It's pushed back? No, it's slicked back. No, yeah, and then we see like the three men being delivered to the hospital at the same time, which is very funny.
Yeah, this is also dumb, and like the way all their fucking shit just bumps into him is really stupid.
Then we meet the first son of Dio, the one.
So we're saying that technically has not been revealed yet.
Yes, but we
know
at the end of these episodes they do say that. But yeah, when he shows like them all in the same, like, I guess they're all in the same hospital room, and goes, "You sons of Dio." He says that.
Oh, he did say that. Okay,
yes.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
I remember he said something about like he said like watch this video of a sperm hitting an egg. No, he held up his phone and made them watch it.
He said, "You all were gathered here," and yeah, in the first one, I don't think he says his name, but it is Ungalo, which is the first son of Dio, one of the ugliest ones. He's probably the ugliest one, not the worst dressed one, because the worst dressed one's next.
You know, everyone loves him though, Sam.
Ugh.
What's this? I've never been able to figure out what is it like a birthmark under his eye? Is it a tattoo?
I'm gonna go under the appearance of him and see if it actually like.
I feel like it should be a birthmark just because of the coloring of it.
It's a U-shaped mark under the left eye. It does not specifically say what it is.
I guess it's for his name, Ungalo.
I guess it's supposed to be the U for his name. Just like if you have a name, you just fucking put it on your clothing. Or
like Pinocchio has a P on his nose.
I mean, like Highway Star has literally on his outfit, just like written all over him. Like
this is a known common thing in the JoJo universe.
But yeah, we got Ugala. We had the whole hostage situation where he just stabs Poochie, and Poochie lets himself stab in the neck, and like he's talking while he having like you came millimeters away from a nerve. I'm still talking, even though that's probably a horrible thing.
I want to redub the scene where the whole time he's like, like he's just the whole time he's like choking on this scissor. We also know he's going to heal up very quickly too. He's in a hospital. I guess he gets it sewn up in the hospital. Yeah, just find the stitch guy.
But yeah, and then he gets like basically Ugala gets like thrown away, gets shot, and gets dragged away by this mysterious figure, but it's just like the walking man.
Yeah, it's like the little man that is like the crosswalk man.
Yes.
Which
I did seeing that was very funny.
That was really funny, and also like that is an extremely creative version or like way to use his stand.
It's kind of unsettling to see it doing that. Yes. I really love that,
and that's where like I think Bohemian Rhapsody gets dumb because it gets so specific about like ripping you away from reality.
Yes,
and like it's more funny when it's just like inanimate characters appear and they just exist and punch you in the face.
It's a stand with him using the fictional characters around him as a stand instead of just like a automatic global stand that's just like has these very stupid rules to it. But
yeah, I'm still not really sure like what the thing with like why are you getting split? Like what is actually being split from you when you're being taken?
It's very weird.
Because at first it seems like the creature that you're interacting with or the character is like taking over your life, but it doesn't seem like that's true.
It's like your body's on a weird autopilot. It's just like a fucking menace.
Call me a JoJo brony for not paying attention, but I'm very confused by this arc.
But there is a moment where I said this is Jokaka, which is just Weather and Anasui coming out of the restroom posing really hilariously. This is Jokaka. Who is who? I'll let you decide. But
they are like inches away from each other.
In the comments, put who is who in that one pose of them like peeking me at the
next time we go to a con, we should
That is just a con in general, though. You will just see that of JoJo cosplayers coming out of a restroom, like doing weird shit,
posing inches away, mere millimeters away from each other.
I'm sure if you walk into the men's room of convention, you will see a JoJo cosplayer practicing their poses in the mirror. Like,
and then people scream at the Anasui because they think that it's a girl. Like, go to the girls' room.
I mean, most JoJo cosplayers are female, and they do a better job of doing that.
Yeah, it's because
how many Bruno cosplayers are fucking like do an amazing job?
Yeah, because after part 4, they all get twinkified.
I think like some of the best male cosplayers though are the Kira ones, like because they are like huge hulking motherfuckers that do the pose perfectly. It's like amazing. Like, there was one Kosaku Kira I remember at a convention that was awesome. He was 100% like looked like had the body mass for it. I even seen a couple really those like it looked like the Body Improvement Club from Mob Psycho, but they do the Pillar Men. So they're
That's
just like
great.
They're
I
just,
love
like,
that.
insanely in shape.
I love that.
One of the few times where I see like male cosplayers for JoJo, I feel I see like. I've never seen a female cosplay Gappy other than like a gender bend like variant of it. But there's some really good like, cosplays. But keep them up. Keep up the good cosplays, everybody.
True.
Because I'm gonna be going to KatsuCon. I can't wait to see like first con going post COVID. So I'm gonna see.
Ooh, okay, wait. If JoJo Lands is back, we should try and do like a meetup.
We can.
We should try and do like a fan meetup.
It's gonna be a lot of Part 6 cosplays though.
I know.
Convention, but
oh yeah, we'll be.
If we have enough people, if we get the popularity back from that, yeah, we definitely. We're in that year lull period of no JoJo content other than this. But no, we get a nice little moment. I do like Weather like taking care of the old man with groceries. Too bad this old man gets fucking wrecked. They cruelly.
I like this little like moment that Weather has with him, where he like helps him out by like making it not rain on him
and not aching, and yeah, it's really nice. But too bad this guy gets the worst, and so he mercilessly cuts him that down.
Yeah, it's like one like good deed, and just Anasui just destroys.
Very cruel, very like a Made in the Abyss moment where like something cruel just happened to a nice character.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get a ride. This is when we get the first real use of what's it called?
Bohemian
Rhapsody, where we see Pinocchio, the dwarves, Snow White.
I have to say, I really love this interpretation of the dwarves being like these.
They're Sex Pistols light.
These little gremlins that hover around.
I think they literally took. I feel like he took Sex Pistols and just made flesh around them.
The Flesh Pistols.
Flesh Pistols.
It's funny because even their head shape is kind of like the Sex Pistols.
I don't like the Pinocchio design because especially it doesn't talk with his mouth. It just opens his mouth.
I don't like that. Actually, I like the design for Pinocchio. I think it's weird and creepy. It feels like a Oingo Boingo comic.
Okay, if it was
design.
If it was all okay, does because we know Oingo Boingo are still alive.
Those book.
Does Tho's book come alive? Are the Oingo Boingo variants of everybody around him, if he opens the book, still there?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe it's only fiction. No, because Van Gogh's taken because it's art.
Van Gogh's a real man, yeah.
Huh. Interesting question. Put your thoughts in the comments. I'm actually curious if that would actually like work. It is a manga,
It's true.
and Boingo would be fucking mercilessly like destroyed in this because he knows every character because he reads it in his book.
It's true.
But
It's true.
yeah, we get Pinocchio. He smacks Anasui with his nose. The truck shenanigans ensue. It's like a lot of time of like what's going on. And then we kind of learn Anasui gets like okay, so Anasui gets split from his mind, and he's basically is in his what's it called, diver down mode.
So it seems like when you're split, your stand is like with you, like the true version of yourself.
But
keeps your stand.
But Weather couldn't see it.
Yeah, Weather. Yeah, he basically was kind of like a ghost.
But his body was in the tires. But then it was fine.
Yeah, he only got a little bit of what do you call that?
Mangled.
Road rash.
Yeah, a little bit of a little tire track on him.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
it doesn't really make too much sense to me. Like, I don't care. I don't want to litigate this. I really don't want to fucking litigate this.
They crash, and then Weather makes airbags out of cloud bags.
That's very funny. Classic Weather. It's not even that he did it. It's like the stand itself just did it for him, which is funny.
It's really funny though. I do like how like Weather doesn't, since his memory is gone, he just doesn't know any stories.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. It makes you wonder, like, how does this man exist? Like, what did they remove? What did Poochie really remove from his brain?
I'm pretty sure there's books in Burning Down the House.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
can you not interact with them though? Oh wait, no,
you can interact with them.
computer.
You can drink the juice. You just don't get any of the nutrients, and it goes
It
it
just
goes
falls
through
right
you.
through
You wet your pants in a way.
It's just
But-
speed run.
Yeah, it's just weird, and like, what's it called? And then
I do like the way that Snow White like falls out of the
box.
crate.
It's like Imagination Land, where it's just like a void, where it's just like
Yeah,
coming out like half her. It's very funny.
it's just a cool like. I like how loose the rules get with reality here.
Also, he just rips apart Pinocchio. There's no punishment for that anyway.
Yeah, he does just kill Pinocchio.
He killed Pinocchio, so if Weather just killed Van Gogh, he probably would have been fine. Because there's no like downside to that.
The Van Gogh scene is so fucking funny.
Until like you know a story or you like a story, you're like can just kill all these fictional characters. Like if it was like, you know, he ended up with Kenshiro in front of him, I could believe like, okay, yeah, he would fucking die if he tried to combat Kenshiro. Imagine that.
Yeah.
But
he just does the what's it called to him? The Big Dipper attack or whatever it's called.
You're already dead. No.
Yeah.
Imagine they like, Kenshiro, we need your help, and that's how Poochie gets destroyed by the bring Kenshiro. Like, Bohemian Rhapsody just makes up so many questions that you're like, it's so stupid. Like,
that's why I think you're right. Where like it would be better if it was more localized. Like he had to like specifically like not take control, but like he had to activate like specific.
And I'm like,
because the fact that it affects the whole world.
I'm like, the world would be in the chaos. I'm like, oh no, okay, everything stopped. Thank God. And like, seeing Japan at any point in time, it's destroyed. Every shop has posters of anime characters.
Yeah, think of Goku, like one Goku.
New York City, Times Square. Destroyed.
Imagine if it was Thanksgiving and the parade had like a giant.
Oh my God!
The giant
parade
Goku
floats.
parade.
The giant bluey, like
giant blue.
I'm like the fucking Gundam Museum.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're done.
The Godzilla Museum had the giant Godzilla.
But I would want to go to the Ghibli Museum,
dude.
I would go there for that.
The Terracotta Army. Imagine.
I guess they are technically.
Is it all the art like came to life in like the Louvre, France, to be fucking chaotic?
There's an arc in Gantz where they get teleported to Italy, and all of the statues come to life and are aliens. So they have to fight like a bunch of like these classical like statues that are massive. Fun. It's really cool. It's like a chapter or two. But it's really cool.
There's a lot of crazy art. Like, would that mean like weird what's it called, like cave paintings, or like some of that weird wall art that you would see in like the,
oh my God, I want to see like cave paintings. Yeah,
like that come to life. I'm trying to think of other like some of the weird like I'm trying to think of like there's some weird art from like Central America where it's like a God, what's it called? It's like they drew like basically giant like monster looking things in like the ground, and like,
oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's like the whole Yu-Gi-Oh archetype based off of these. Like
such a nerd.
I think it's like Inca. It might be Inca stuff. Like, but it all basically they make like ground paintings or drawings.
Yeah, they're like they're like these massive. Like there's the famous one's like an ant.
Yeah, it'd be a bunch of like those, and
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
that'd be like crazy. I'm just saying, like, and like I feel he has to use like public. He had like little references, and like I guess they can freely use the Japanese ones, but like it made up so many questions. Like Marvel HQ, Disney would be.
Yeah.
Like, there's no where the fuck is Mickey, by the way. That there's.
Damn, they didn't do Where the Fuck is Mickey?
I'm like trying to think of like other like Disney. Everybody be dead in Disneyland.
Yeah, you turn like any corner, you see like 4 Mickeys.
The Doctor Doom ride. Doctor Doom would come in there and like do Marvel 3 combos
Take
on your
over.
ass.
Do you think so? Are like fictionalized versions of like presidents real? Like,
oh my god, that whole animatronic president.
the whole
thing.
presidents all come to life. Yeah.
Obama beating my ass. You know the story. Oh no.
But yeah, so
Bill
hilarious.
animatronic Bill Clinton plays his sax to you. Oh no, FDR. I'm just like thinking of like all. Oh my god! I just thought
That's
like,
why it
I
it's
thought of like some
stupid.
of those horrible like incident museums, and I'm like, oh no. Like
It's stupid to make it like a global stand that it seems to be activating all at once. Like,
yeah.
if it was, because it's fun, the idea of them being like in or near Disney.
They only use like Van Gogh and they use like fairy tales, and I kind of wish they use a little bit more variety of. I guess he had a cannot use American like I guess anime or animation references and like movie.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like
movie posters come alive now.
he did get away with like Spider-Man and like
It's
there
just
was
like
a couple little gag ones, but I don't know. It's different when it's like just a one-time reference.
Maybe having like someone had cause everybody has a copy of the book. I guess that comes to life. Like you could have Rohan's manga come to life.
That's one I was gonna mention that. That feels like such a
missed opportunity.
missed opportunity.
Like Elise with not turning turning Joseph into a young Joseph.
It would have been really interesting to see how Rohan talks to Pink Dark Boy. Like, what would he have to say to his creation that is like his biggest, most popular series?
Fucking Giorno goes to view the Italian art and just being like, oh fuck. It'd be there's a lot of fun.
That would be a funny little like one shot. Yeah, he goes to
Mista goes to like the museum and like what the fuck is happening?
Where is David? Is that in the Louvre?
I don't know.
Because David is massive. It'd be really funny if Giorno's like has to fight David.
All the fucking weird Pompeii. It's not art.
Well, they're
people.
humans. Those are just
Yeah. I still think they should have
mummified
done
humans.
that was a missed opportunity for Pompeii to just like not use Zod for a stand battle.
What, turn people into
Turn the remains, like the weird like ash like relics of people. The masturbating guy comes to life. I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities in JoJo, and that definitely is one of them. To see Pink Dark Boy being a thing.
Yeah, that would have been really funny. Even as like a end of credits gag, like.
Because
we know that there's also like a Rohan reference later on, like
yes.
a one line,
a one-off line, yeah.
So it would have been funny if they had like
maybe the Rohan one shot. It's just
that would be fun. I would love to see that, honestly. And then it could even bring in like other characters like that he's created.
Joe say that he's like, oh my god, fine PHP Dark Boy. Hey Rohan, I checked this new manga out. I brought I wrote the recent Jump manga in here. Like, oh no, it's because it'll be all to Jump that he's published in. It'd be like, oh no, I brought No Gun Life here.
No Gun Life.
It's just like there's so many things you could do, and it's gonna be disappointing if you make it that global.
Yeah,
and like,
it just makes me think that there's like literally millions dead
and
because
also, yeah,
the speed at which they're able to kill people, and also how long this arc lasts.
There's like Ultraman to be there. He destroy half the city as well.
Yes, we see Japan is like in ruins.
Rao and Kenshiro are having a battle, and that's just like a post-apocalyptic like on a scale. And I'm like, yeah, like you're fucked. Like with half the shit that like most of these like we see in this are just trying to kill. Like the people around
literally
them.
Like Pinocchio,
but this is one. It's just like they're fighting each other. They're not really fighting other people. Like Kenshiro. Like imagine the Gantz people come to fucking life. The chaos.
We be doomed.
Berserk.
Yeah. Guts. Well, Guts would save us.
But would fucking Griffiths would?
Griffith.
You're fucked.
Griffith runs for president.
Death Note comes to life.
Yeah. No, thank you. It just, it opens a can of worms. It's a funny gag. It's a funny, like, haha. but it's too the implications
when
are
you have
too
a stand
big.
that's too broad and like,
Which is, I think,
it's so broad but yet so specific. It's so weird.
I think that is like a big problem with this period of JoJo. Like Araki realizes how overpowered some of these stands are, and then in part 7, he dials them back to be like hyper specific.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's like us thinking like globally to like wonder if you of like level to like making us wonder, like scratch our heads of like, but okay, on a global level, the stand can be global, and it kind of just like fucks with you, and it kind of ruins a lot of like even just having a picture, a wanted poster of Toru would just mean everybody could just be millions dead.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, what did that? Where like it's like The Ring, where like what the end of the One Ring movie, where like it ends with like it being sent like to every computer or something. It just like this means millions dead.
That's so stupid.
So.
All right.
We talked a lot about
So yeah,
it's
they
inevitable.
fight. There's not much to talk about.
Yeah,
they
he kills the old man who turns into the fucking werewolf, and then Weather doesn't understand anything.
So Weather and fake Anasui get on a bus, and then real Anasui's like, no.
He does. Next episode, he does go to a chocolate store and like
injects chocolate into his body to make himself look ugly. Yes,
very much in a
classic.
I guess to get past the wanted poster of them, and
that is such a hilarious 1 minute scene that I am obsessed with it.
He bribes the chocolate owner with like his own money, which is very funny and like shitty.
Honestly, this is kind of an Anasui W arc, I have to say. That like the part when he's
the old man goes, my wife died, and I'm the only one taking care of the store. I'm like, this man is ruined with the store because his like weird like. I guess his body is just running rampage, and Weather does not give a shit of what happened with the body.
Yeah. Just like the gag of him stealing the money and giving it to the man. It's just it's very funny.
And one man has a happy ending by going away with Snow White, I guess, and nothing bad happens to him.
It's supposed to be, that's a bad ending though.
No, he didn't die though.
Presumably his body's...
His body was on like cruise control then?
I don't understand how the arc works, Sam. I can't figure it out. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm too small brained for the
I need to find the secret brilliance of Bohemian Rhapsody YouTube dissect.
Yeah, I need someone to sit me down and fucking explain it to me.
But yeah, more shenanigans happen. Again, the cops like bodies separate and they're like completely different people.
That was like a one-off scene. Like they like transform into like different humans. Are they like women? The one looked like a woman.
Did the one cop always want to be a woman?
Is that what story is that relate to?
Okay, remember in SpongeBob when like the guy's like, I can explain, where he's like on a tricycle. It's like that.
He's like just like a baby,
a child
like
with the propeller hat.
Child, yeah.
I can explain. Like the cops, like, what the fuck are you dressed?
I love that scene.
I mean, I do like the scene where Anasui turns into a wolf. Like
that is pretty scary, actually. Like, he gets Joker-fied.
What makes me excited for if it ever Part 7 gets animated to see the Diego stuff.
Oh yeah,
that'd be really cool to see, like the slit mouth stuff, because that's a Japanese like horror story of like the slit mouth. Very cool imagery comes.
Yeah,
from
like
that.
Joker, my favorite Japanese villain.
Yes. Yeah, and Weather hilariously bumps into Van Gogh.
It is funny though, because it does look like he's smiling for this whole arc, even though it's just supposed to be his mouth.
I'm being attacked by this goat story that I never heard of. Or
is that real?
I don't know.
I want to look that up. It's called like the 7 goat babies versus wolf or something.
I have the summary of the episode, and no one put the summary towards the episode up, so I have like not entirely sure. I don't think so.
All right, 7 goat. I'll look.
So differences of this episode is Rao is not stated to have killed other characters because they didn't spoil Fist of the North Star. What's it called? But yeah, Van Gogh is like weirdly like hostile. He's like 100% enemy. Like he seems like the character that would be controlled by the stand user. Like he isn't acting like Van Gogh. It's weird, right? That part.
Yeah, it's also funny that he's here. Like, why is Van Gogh at this random like rest stop in Florida?
I think there was a picture, I think, of the Van Gogh, I guess, exhibit or something.
Yeah, in fucking Florida.
Okay. So the policemen met by Anasui are under Bohemian Rhapsody control influence in the car. The driver is wearing a lion head, and the other girl turned into the girl with the pearl earrings. So I guess like the girl with the dragon tattoo, I guess. Like what I guess that's what it mean.
The girl with the pearl earrings?
It said the other turn into the girl with the pearl earrings, which I'm wondering if that's
That might be another...
one of the girls with the dragon tattoo books or something like that.
I'm sure
Also,
it is not. It's probably just another fairy tale. So I looked it up. The Wolf and the Seven Goats is or Seven Children Goats is real, and it is exactly how it's explained. It's a Brothers Grimm fairy tale.
Okay, and
I've never heard
their
that
designs
before.
are very Stan-like though. Like they're not like a. They don't look like I say this fairy tale or a distorted Grimm fairy tale. They look like a stand, like an actual stand. Like they have like the weird eyes and like the head piece is really weird.
Yeah, it's just a rock.
Okay. Also, you know how we see Aladdin and a genie? It originally was Peter Pan, Tinkerbell.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and also the end mention of Mona Lisa, Batman, and Tweety Bird. It was originally Venus, I guess Venus de Milo, Spider-Man, and Snoopy. Imagine seeing Snoopy, just like all the dog houses have Snoopy sitting on it. But yeah, Van Gogh is like it's so weird. I thought that part was just very odd because it just like became instead of like they start acting like the fairy tales at first and like trying to see if you know the story of it. And like Weather doesn't even acknowledge that he knows the Van Gogh lore, which I guess he just does know the Van Gogh lore of him shooting himself twice.
Well, he does say. Van Gogh tells him that. Van Gogh says he had to shoot himself twice.
So you don't even have to know the story. They have to like mansplain their backstory to like.
They literally have to mansplain.
Now you know that's such bullshit though. I think
it is kind of dumb.
It's like let me explain the story. Like I'm also just imagining like One Piece coming to real and then having like fucking Luffy just fucking punch the shit out of you. It's very funny to think about. Like every like Goku appears.
Basically. I have to say, I just fell down a Wikipedia rabbit hole that I'm obsessed with. So there is it's called the ATU Index, the Aaron Thompson Uther Index, and it is a way of cataloging folklore and fairy tales, and they catalog them like based on type, and the types all have numbers. So this one, the Wolf and the Seven Young Goats, is type 123. I don't know what that means.
I was like, are you expecting me to know what that means?
No, but it's really because I was looking at it, and it's really interesting that there's like all these specific like, because a lot of fairy tales are like the same. They just because they're all like they're folklore, so the stories probably originated the same, but they have like slight differences. So they probably group those together.
But
I'm so into this.
You found a wiki rabbit hole. So another weird thing is just like during this, Weather also just has like. He has the power to lick his index finger and raise up in the air and know exactly where like everything he's looking for is.
He can feel.
He feels Jolene. He can feel the stand user being on a plane. I also love him like, oh, he's too high up. There's no natural disaster that can bring down this plane. I'm like, not even a hurricane. I'm like, you were risking to fucking bring a hurricane into this area and probably kill you and like the entire plane. Like fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's really funny though. Also, the mentality of the plane is going this fast, but hurricanes only go this fast. It's like, couldn't you just make like a giant like hail hit the fucking like cockpit?
I'm sure lightning could strike that plane.
Yeah, can't you do
lightning's not fast enough to reach that plane.
This one hurricane is not fast enough to hit. So.
Hurricane Katrina didn't happen yet, so he didn't have that that into his reservoir. No, I guess it would have happened by then by the year.
Yeah, in the real world.
In the real world, no, but technically in lore, he just never did know about what happened to New Orleans. Fuck.
Also, I'm going back to the ATU index. So there's like ranges of numbers so each story has like a number. And different ranges fall into like subcategories. So Animal Tales, which is where ours falls in, that's numbers 1 through 299. Tales of Magic are 300 through 559, and then it keeps going and going.
Interesting.
I'm so obsessed with this now.
Okay. We're almost at the end of the episode too, so
good.
But I think I do love the way they defeat Bohemian Rhapsody though, where he literally makes an OC on the ground and just says, "We win."
It's so fucking. It just makes.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does, but like then you think about like a character. Like there must be characters like Giorno that exist.
Rohan probably someone in the world I feel like would have drawn something on the ground and being like, "This horrible thing that's happened to me is not going to happen." I think Rohan definitely would have done this.
It's like a character like the Flash is like if he exists in this universe, like he could do Speed Force bullshit.
It was me, Anna Sweet. I was the one that disassembled your wife. Reverse Flash comes in.
I don't know, like when you
That erection you had when you disassembled your wife, it was actually me. I jerked you off at supersonic speed.
That's why, like, this solution would be fine if it was a localized stand, but the fact that, like, every bullshit anime character now exists, like, one Frieza could destroy Earth in seconds. It would take him a few episodes, actually.
I kind of wish they did the thing with weather, because there's a character like a side character in One Piece that has, like, he can draw characters that or like creatures that can come to life, but he's a horrible drawer. So they're like struggle, like they have to climb a mountain. So you have the creature, and but it's so drawn so poorly, it's having a really hard time climbing because it's drawn so horribly. Except for Robin, she thinks it's so cute though, and like wants to keep motivating it to go on. I love that moment. But I wish there was another thing where it's just like a crudely drawn, like a toddler, like a 6-year-old. It would have been very funny to have a little character. But yeah, he just draws it with a vacuum and just does the suck and reverses it.
There's a whole episode.
Also, just kills the user as well.
Well, kind of. It like brain deads him.
He's dead.
There's a whole episode. I almost said arc. There's a whole episode in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends about like the imaginary friends that babies make because they just imagine like scribbles and it's like nonsense. So does that mean like every like bullshit child drawing is now like
they do that
a character?
Like didn't Toy Story 4 have like a kid made like put eyes on a
Sporky.
fork? Yeah.
Yes. He puts like felt and like silly putty.
These are like rules of like the Santa Claus where like you question too much about them and it probably won't really explain the rules.
Yeah.
So, like Foster's Home did that one time, but
like the ultimate question, like what happened to Mrs. Claus?
Apparently, the new series they made a Santa Claus series.
I've heard.
And apparently, it explains lore.
Of course it does, because that's the society. That's how our stupid dumb society is developing now.
I know.
We need everything hyper explained to us, and we can't just have a movie where Tim Allen gets fat.
We need Bohemian Rhapsody explained to us, so.
I do need that explained to me, actually.
Yeah, no, it basically just killed him in the plane, but it reminded there's a scene in what is it? I'm pretty sure it's Commando, where he's like on a plane with a guy that's trying to kill him, and he like, snaps his neck like, on the seat next to him, and like and he like put the like a eye thing over him, and, like my friend's trying to sleep. It just leaves him there dead on the plane.
That's really funny, because like minutes later that body is evacuating. His
eyes are open, like in this dead. This little girl just takes the book back from him, just like sees a corpse and doesn't react.
Yeah,
she's a Florida girl, so she's probably seen a corpse or two. And the episode ends with the Romeo scene, where they steal Romeo's helicopter.
They do
that he has.
Which also, I forgot how the scene went. I like how Romeo kind of redeems himself here.
Oh no, there was before we talk about that. Remember that weird when there's a shot of when he gets dragged away by the stick man. Before that, there's a really weird drawn shot of Ungalo.
Yeah, Ungalo is really bad.
He looks very like I don't know what to describe it.
He's just lumpy.
Yeah, lumpy.
He looks very lumpy. But I think the problem is it's supposed to be like it's a foreshortening where they made his shoulder look really big, but it doesn't really work.
But speaking of that, like Jolene is like drawn like very humongous.
The drawings aren't very good in this episode. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot, and that's why
there's a couple I think are fine, but there's some really thick Jolene, like broad
Jolene's face at the end of the second episode looked really bad. Her eyes were just off. This is why we need Kamikaze Doga to just do JoJo with the fucking CG models, because JoJo characters are too overly designed to work in animation, like traditional animation. Like that's why all these characters look weird when they move.
I feel like you can probably do the color schemes better in like that CG look than like because like I love how she looks in the.
They look good. It's just like the CG, please. Like anime CG JoJo. Like if any series has enough bankroll behind it, it's gotta be.
Part 7's probably the one. If you want to test it out, Part 7's probably the one. To
it would be fucking sick. And I
take your time with it, but if you do it that way, it'd be cool.
I guess one of the issues would be like the one-off aspect of a lot of the bad guys.
I guess, but you can do like, and you also can just do like 12. But you can do like seasons with it, like a core for that Part 7. But you don't do it not like a batch release, but like make it like a core like.
I hope they don't do more batch releases.
I do like a Attack on Titan final season kind of thing where like you're releasing in like
you release the final season 3 times.
One core years apart.
Yeah, but
take your time with it. But yeah, no, we get the scene with Romeo, which I forgot that happened. Like I forget the whole. Okay, I basically purged Sons of Dio. I don't like these episodes really. All the stands are pretty dumb, and I just forget the timing of everything. I thought the order was differently.
Oh, did you?
I thought like Underground was first, and then it was like Rhapsody and Sky High.
I think it's confusing because Underground kind of shows up several times. Like I think they do the initial thing and then they divert and then he comes back briefly. If I recall
Netherworlds are
correctly.
called.
Oh no, I think what happens is he shows up and then they do Heavy Weather and then he comes back. I think that's why.
I'll take your word for it.
Because I know he shows up again,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, this guy again.
I really don't like Thunder Dio.
His power confused me so much.
Underground?
Yes.
Not the... All of these stands are confusing as hell.
If I recall correctly, spoilers, Underground's power is if something happened underground, he can recreate it.
Except he does a plane?
Because a plane crashed in the ground, right?
I think so.
Let's see if I can get a one-sentence explanation of...
Like I said, I said a lot of Part 6 I purge out of my head because I think a lot of the Part 6 I don't like.
I think we really hit like a period of... Wait, what the fuck? This is like a JoJo fan wiki. We reach a period of power creep where...
Oh my god, it probably is the worst case of power creep in JoJo.
Like, Rocky just had to reset it all in Part 7.
Yeah.
For the...
Honestly, yeah, you could see that in Part 6 of the power creep going on from the start to end.
Wait, is it called Going Underground or Underground?
It's called Going Underground, I believe.
Because when I type in Going Underground, I get born this way. Do you know his name? His God-given Italian
No, I
name?
only remember Donatello.
Damn it.
And his stupid fucking...
Wait, isn't that who he is? Isn't that Donatello? Raikiel is...
Yeah, Donatello, Donatello is Going Underground.
Okay.
Rukio is Pop Collar Cow outfit.
Underworld.
It's called Netherworld in the fucking Netflix
Why do
version.
I keep calling it Underground?
I don't know.
All right.
Because it takes place, the gimmick is underground.
Underworld relies on its versatile power to help Versus get ahead. Oh, his name Versace? Is that his name?
Probably.
Get ahead in a fight and has no fighting ability whatsoever. Although Versus is granted a wide variety of actions to use in his advantage.
Does he have to be above you to use it?
Explain this. Okay, memory unearthing. Underworld is able to evacuate
its battles.
Evacuate memories of events and people from the earth. Okay,
it was really weird. It's just like it's like another Emporio stand in a weird way.
It's a little
of like just having like memories of like of the past in a way and using them, but his is more dangerous than Emporio because Emporio just uses it as like rooms. But yeah, we get the Romeo moment. It's really weird because like it's weird that Romeo came back as just like, oh wow, yeah, she covered for me, how nice and everything. I'm just like, this character's nothing now though. I'm supposed to feel nothing about this character who existed only to put Jolene into jail.
Yeah, it's funny that they even bother giving him redemption because she just gets her comeuppance anyway.
Yeah, he probably died from having his tongue smacked back together.
He definitely lost some teeth for sure.
Yeah,
easily.
I would assume he has like no jaw left, and I'm like, I wonder if Rocky thought about making him an enemy stand user or having a fight with Jolene and him.
I really like that he doesn't. I think that would be a little too like on the nose.
I'm honestly surprised, but it's very weird. And like, yeah, they kind of gave him a little bit of comeuppance, but they also tried to make him a redemption. It's just weird.
I like the plan of like, okay, I put a sticker on his tongue so that we can listen to.
Or did she give Jolene
when she got really close to him?
But
she went for like the kiss.
So Hermes can give her a sticker to Jolene
to give, yeah.
And I guess it just has a range that she can bring to stand.
It's fine.
Object.
It's
okay,
fine. Sure.
And also Romeo just has a helicopter. It's very stupid.
He's rich.
Although she just gives the keys to Emporio. Yeah, a kid can drive.
And he was so excited. I love Emporio in these episodes because he's never seen the outside world.
True.
So he's like, a bus station, a watermelon.
Man, a watermelon.
A helicopter. Well, not even that. He's like, keys.
I can't believe for Bohemian Rhapsody didn't turn his... I guess he didn't. They don't know Bohemian Rhapsody happened, but I wonder if like it would be funny if like because he wrote the Cubs outfit in the manga. Like, what if the Cubs mascot on the uniform just comes live and just mauls them?
The titular Cub.
Titular Cub, or the butterfly.
Her butterfly tattoo,
or her butterfly on her chest as well.
True.
Is he or Romeo probably would have had something in his house come to life.
Yeah, that's why the stand is dumb and you shouldn't think about it anymore.
Like every character would have noticed it.
Yeah,
but
I'm done talking. I don't want to even.
Well, we have one more thing to talk about.
What?
It's the quest test because
that's right. Okay.
She was reading something must have came to life in that. Imagine the prison right now in chaos with like the library just like fucking horrendous.
The Sixth Sense characters come out of the TV.
Can I before we start the quest test? There's something I really wanted to have for the quest test, but didn't happen because it didn't open up. It's fine if I say it because I don't think it's not gonna happen.
But yeah, it's
Because I was going to try to get a cameo by the voice actress for the English voice actor for Gwess, but unfortunately the cameo's not open. So they have an intro for the Gwess test, so big sad.
So imagine here we have someone saying, imagine Gwess in the room with us saying, "All right, boys,
It's time for the Gwess test."
It's time for the Gwess test.
So if Gwess was with Weather and Anasui, how would it turn out?
I would say that probably not very differently. I mean, they won through bullshit means anyway. Like, I feel like Gwess would have just been almost...
She would have figured it out right away.
She would have been almost no help or any use at all to them.
She could probably shrink all the creatures around.
But it's not even like the danger of the creature. It's the
she would shrink Van Gogh and stuff him into a little rat.
It's not the danger of the creature. It's the danger of them bringing you into their world. Or
Van Gogh summons a gun in your hand.
I feel like Gwess would love fiction, and she would immediately jump into Pinocchio world.
Okay, I know. What? No, she would like... She wouldn't like Pinocchio. I don't think. I think she would. She had to do something about evolve like a big person against a tiny person, like Jack and the Beanstalk, or like
Rocky versus
Rocky 3, Rocky 4.
Wait, does that mean there's a different Rocky for every Rocky movie?
The Rocky statue in Philadelphia comes to life.
Oh, that'd be awesome. It just beats up everyone.
The Rocky statue fights the Ben Franklin statue, or the William Penn statue. In front of the Liberty Bell.
The William Penn statue.
Yeah.
The Liberty Bell comes to life.
Amazing. She'd probably be a big Jack and the Beanstalk, or she probably would like the Big Bad Wolf. Maybe. I don't know. Wait.
Well, that is a story about stuffing a person inside your body.
You're in Florida, so what's like a Disney story? Also, like a
set in Florida.
Not set in Florida.
I have bad news for you.
But fair. I'm trying to think of like another...
Ratatouille is a story about a big man and a little man.
The Ratatouille would be in her hair, controlling her to win the stand fight. And then we get like a moment of like a JoJo Pro leaving, like Ratatouille going into the cloud, reaching out.
His name is Remy.
His name is Ratatouille. Ratatouille himself. I'm trying to think, like, even the comment of what story Gwess would totally be affected by in this. It could be art as well.
It's true.
Oh, you know what? One thing on art I'm sad we didn't see was the Scream. Also, I'm like, man, any horror movie poster, that horror monster just comes to life.
It's true.
I'm like, yeah, but I think Gwess would be the deciding factor. She would,
I'm inclined to agree with you.
She would charm. Pinocchio would never lie in front of Gwess.
True.
True.
That's true.
But put your in the comment. You can also put your Gwess test answer in there.
Yeah. Would Gwess help or would Gwess not help?
Or she probably would just be with Jolene and Hermes.
Yeah. So she would probably do something worse to
or just be like in that little like off screen thing of like Weather and Anasui going to go like, oh yeah, we're gonna leave prison now because Jolene left. Goes like, you're leaving the prison? I'll come with you.
She's like, hey, I'm here too.
I can shrink you guys out of here. And be like,
oh true. Oh, maybe that's what happened off camera. We just didn't see it.
I mean, she tried to get out a little bit with Jolene there, but it didn't work well because she didn't know her range of her stand. Also, okay, so the Sons of Dio just unlocked their stands now because Poochie unlocked it because he was in contact with the Sons of Dio?
Sure.
Okay, got it. So...
gravity, Sam.
Gravity. It's gravity draws you and unlocks your stand. Yeah. Lily forces it out of you.
So yeah, I guess like Jolene needed her stand unlocked, so I guess we...
Via arrow shard?
Yeah, I guess we can assume... What is it? Is it in Hunter x Hunter where like... You can like get your Nen unlocked by having someone like Nen blast you from behind,
or like Guru does in Dragon Ball, where he puts his hand over your head and unlocks your potential.
Maybe it's like the same idea. Like,
I mean,
you just get like
Piccolo literally like
blasted.
Piccolo remembers that in the recent movie to be like, I gotta like learn how to do that power to unlock my potential. It's so funny, like cheating out your ability. I mean, the same thing happens, or if you have Josuke with you, and you can just heal the person who gets rejected by the stand arrow to just have an egg, and then
just
that turns
free stand. Everyone just gets a free stand.
Healers. That's why healers are essentially broken in JoJo, and why they shouldn't really have a healer.
It's true, because they just get auto healed anyway.
Like part 3, like we just like suspend our disbelief in this. Like they get patched. No, the most resolution we get is Jotaro getting a new coat. after Highway to Hell, not Highway to Hell. What's it called?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, yeah. But anything else overall? Thumbs up, thumbs down, or mid?
It was fine.
Mid.
It was mid. Yeah.
It was a mid.
I enjoyed watching it with you.
Yes, very stupid. I love our stupid discussions of spending an hour of the inner workings of Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a stand that's going to
confuse and delight.
Have a discussion, which I was like, there's a pocket or two of like one person like is anime only, and I'm like excited to hear like what the fuck their understanding of Bohemian Rhapsody. So, anything else then?
No, I'm just happy to never have to think about Bohemian Rhapsody ever again.
True. And we're on Sky Guy.
Sky Guy.
And I guess we'll plug it up then. Anything else to say?
Yeah, no, plug it up.
What am I plugging up? What's the story with the plug?
Plug up the plot holes.
Chibi Robo coming to life. You have the little plug on him and he plugs himself in. Chibi Robo comes to life.
Okay, that works.
Thank you all for listening. Again, we gave you plenty of comment prompts, so get to it. This is your test.
Yeah.
The quest test, Tuesday. But thank you all for listening again. You can, like the video. You also can check out our series. We have an Ava series as well.
That's true.
You can also follow the podcast on Twitter, me and Jim separately, and you can also join our Discord to discuss all the JoJo crap that's coming out this month. So, and at that, I think we will see you next time on Sky Guy.
We'll see you next week on Sky Guy.
Where we talk about fashion.
Oh, yeah.
This terrible, terrible fashion.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.